Let the episodes begin. Without further ado, I would now like to invite Rekha M. Menon, Chairperson NASSCOM and Chairperson and Senior Managing Director, Accenture India, to kickstart the 30th edition. Rekha has always brought innovation and fresh thinking with her perspectives. Looking forward to hearing from you. Welcome and over to you, Rekha.
Thank you, Shreya. Good morning and a warm welcome to all of you at this very special 30th edition of the NASSCOM Technology Leadership Forum. Thank you for joining us for this annual gathering where we focus on 3 C's. Contemplate on the topics and trends that matter not just to our industry, but to global societies and economies. Consider our impact and identify our priorities and co-create our path into the future. Our special thanks to representatives from the Government of India and thought leaders from across the globe who've taken time to be here and share insights that are crucial to how we shape our future. Speaking of the year gone by, last year continued to be tough with the ongoing pandemic and personally challenging for many of us. Yet, as an industry, we ended the fiscal year on a very strong footing. It's been a phenomenal and breakthrough year for the technology industry. We've posted solid, broad-based growth, massively increased jobs, and strengthened our position as a tech startup nation of the world. For example, we added $30 billion of revenue in the fiscal year, crossing the $200 billion mark. And every sector grew double digits, the highest since 2011. I'm very proud to say that our industry now has 51% share of India's services exports and a 9% relative share to India's GDP. And as on date, we've added 4.5 lakhs or 500,000 new jobs in the last year, and we account for about 50 lakh or 5 million direct jobs to the Indian economy. And we are leading the way on inclusive growth because we have 36% representation of women in our workforce. And in fact, women made up about 45% of our new hires last year. And of course, we continue to be amongst the top technology startup hubs of the world with over 25,000 tech startups and nearly 80 unicorns and counting. These are all stellar outcomes and a huge congratulations to all members of the industry. We close this extraordinary year knowing that the industry remains optimistic and excited about the future, with our annual CEO survey reflecting broad-based positive sentiment. In 2019, we had coined the term Techade to define a decade where technology will move away from being an enabler of business or governance and become the foundation for how we live, work, and play. The pandemic actually accelerated the tech adoption and therefore has shortened the decade by several years. And today, technology has become indispensable to progress and is the single biggest driver of change. And it's also clear that there can be no leadership without technology leadership. As we look ahead into fiscal 23 and beyond, we see 3 trends that will power our growth and shape the decade. The first is that every business is now a technology business. We've entered a new era of exponential transformation, where technology is reshaping industries and human experiences and doing it at a pace and scale that was previously impossible. This translates into wider adoption of technology, whether it's cloud, AI, automation, and others, to equip businesses with intelligence, insight, and trust to reimagine and stay resilient. The second is the broad consensus that businesses need to be purpose-run. In an era of stakeholder capitalism, CEOs are being asked to redefine their priorities with inclusion and sustainability at the top of the growth agenda. And those who do balance purpose with profit are already reaping financial rewards. We know that technology can play a pivotal role in driving sustainability agendas. And while we use it responsibly, we also need to ensure that we make technology itself more sustainable. And third, the blending of physical and virtual environments is providing new ways for people to work, consume, socialize, and therefore creating new opportunities for us. New products, services, and experiences, or even new realities like metaverse. As more organizations blend virtual and physical worlds, they need to adapt their people, processes, technology, and operations and look at collaboration with a wider set of partners to push the boundaries of what is possible. They say the best way to predict the future is to invent it. And to invent our future in this exciting new phase, we need to double down on existing priorities and create new ones. To my mind, there are about 5 things that require our focus. We have to continue to build on our foundation in technology and transformation by strengthening our core in emerging and deep tech areas while we become the partners for all things digital. Second, we must continue to exponentially involve our talent and our skill strategies to be able to deliver on the promise of hypergrowth. Third, we have to make innovation the core DNA of all enterprises, academia, and government. 4, we have to apply the lens of human centricity in our products and services and ensure that responsibility is embedded as a core design principle. And finally, we have an opportunity to play a transformative role in protecting the planet. So like every year, the themes at NTLF 22 are aimed at furthering the dialogue around these topics and priorities. On the first day, we delve into the theme of transformation and the new waves of growth. On day 2, we focus on maximizing tech impact and future of work. And on day 3, we will look at future readiness and human centricity. These are Power Pack days, which have an amazing lineup of speakers and curated discussions. In addition, there are networking opportunities that you can leverage. And before I end, I want to thank the NASSCOM Executive Council, Chairman Council, Industry and Regional Councils, and the Secretariat for their role in shaping the wide array of programs that NASSCOM is building and scaling in line with our theme of shaping the decade. So enjoy NTLF 22. And thank you once again for being here with us today. And with that, let me hand over to Devyani.